Alrighty, y'all, we are live. It's the 24 12 and 12 Golden Knights heading to Boston to take on the 28 20 and 2 Boston Bruins. Taking a quick look at the previous games, the Flyers going down 2-1. Or sorry, the Knights going down to the Flyers 2-1 in Vegas. Same night as the national championship, so fortunately, I didn't see much of that game. According to Cassidy, the two goals were gifts. But surprisingly, we could not figure out how to score. However, we did figure out how to score the two previous games, going 7-2 over the Predators and 6-5 in overtime over the Maple Leafs. Also beating the Kings in overtime 3-2. The Sharks flat out 7-2, and the Blues 4-2 over the last few games. Now for the Bruins, they lost to the Stars on Tuesday 6-2 in Dallas. Beat Chicago 5-2 in Chicago. Won at home against the Kraken 4-2. Beat the Red Wings 3-0. Beat the Pens 1-0 and scored 10 against the Rangers to win 10-2. So it will be interesting. We both have the capacity to score a lot of goals. Trying to scroll back and find what I should have found before we started this up, but I know we played Boston earlier in the season. And I'm trying to take a look. There it is. We won 5-1 in Vegas. So I believe we played Carpusolo. What's his name? Corpusalo. I think that's who we played. Now on Tuesday, Swayman was in goal, so I can assume we're facing. Ooh, actually, did Swayman get hurt late in the game? Because Corpusalo has 3 saves on 3 attempts against the Stars, and Swayman is 34 for 28. So, interesting. I guess we will be facing Corpusalo again, which hopefully we have a little bit of a memory about where we like to score against them. Because when you put up 5, there's a chance you're just picking your spot. But we'll see as we get going here. Huh. How about that? Boston going all in, huh? Makes sense. I'm sure we'll get going any minute here. See, I hate that they have it's, you know what? This is how that's hockey for everyone. That's how that should be. Like, that's awesome. Hell yeah, man. This I am all about. So shout out to Boston for doing, special needs and things like that, because that's cool. I'll give them their credit for that. It is going to be a little bit longer delay for puck drop. However, this is cool. Stating the fact that it will be, I have 0 complaints. Right on. All right, sorry. I know I'm kind of keeping it quiet here, but we're waiting on I said they did the introductions of a few special needs kids. which is awesome. And then can't, like I said, can't complain about that. Here he goes for the national anthem. I wish they would play Vegas's national anthem occasionally when we're in town, but they don't ever want to do that, do they? See, this guy's got a great voice. Zero complaints about this cat. I could see him walking around an Italian restaurant singing Sinatra and singing opera and stuff. See if we get a night shout. And Boston, typically not, but we'll see. Hang on. Not really. But again, in Boston, we never expect it. So I love when watching Florida games when the Panthers are playing at home, because that night shout is almost as loud as T-Mobile. Steve's Lindholm, Geeky, Kastler, Curley, Arvidsson, Janot, Pasternak, Kristinov, Laura P, Lindholm, Asprop, McAvoy, and Zadorov. Okay, so we are running with the same crew from last game. I've been trying to cheat sheet my way through being able to call some of the play-by-play. No promises when it comes to Boston. I'm definitely going to do my best here, but I think we've watched Boston twice this year, so. All right, Schmitty in goal. 4-0 over the last 4-0 over the last four with a 2.04 goal against average. I like that. Last four games, old boys 3-0. I'm not sure how do we. I'm very confused as how this gentleman's last four games he's 3-0, but I know I am not the best mather, but I don't think that's mathing. All right, Zaka and Eichel on the dot. Eichel wins it. Gets caught up and immediately turned over by Caden Korzak. Hanifin makes a dangerous pass to the front of the net instead of carrying the puck around the back of it. Battle for it in the low corner of the Vegas zone. Everybody's in there. Arvidsson, Zaka, Hanifin, Eichels. Stone out on the ice, way out high to make sure that we're not getting drifted on the one half of the ice. Quick shot from the high dot, gets stopped by something out in front of the crease. And Vegas is finally able to take a breath and immediately turned over in neutral. 4-on-1, though, as Boston goes for a change. That was Arvidsson taking a bump as he buys time. And we're buffering. What up, Mercs? Fed out into neutral. Played past Barbashev, getting chased down into the Boston zone. Dorofeyev with the pressure. Out of nowhere comes Riley Smith. Marner's right on top of him. Theodore ends up catching the puck at the blue line, sent back behind the net into the low corner, up the low boards. And Lazan is not able to keep it in. Puck back into Vegas territory. But I believe we have an offsides call. Now they kept trying to ride the low corner, and they just cycled out until Arvidsson got left wide open on the dot. Quick shot, but again, it didn't even make it to Schmidt. It ended up hitting bodies in front. Lindholm against Turtle. Puck ends up with Vegas. Doing good, buddy. How about you? Dump back behind the Boston net. Up onto the high wall. A little bit of pressure. I'm not sure who that is. Is that Manga? I'll have to look. Boston carried into the Vegas zone. A good stick. No, that's not. Who is 52? Boston's shot from the top of the low circle, stopped by Schmid, but he drops the rebound. So pass, shot, stopped again by Schmid. Hurdle's going to try and buy some space. Harassed by Pasta. Now Hutton has it behind his own net. Carrying it into neutral across the red line. And it gets stripped off his stick, but it's caught by Reinhardt, stopped by Corpusalo. I believe that's Corpusalo. I actually still haven't checked. It is Corpusalo. Got it. Back the other way. A lot of space on the low side. Shot stopped by Schmid. That was a very, very dangerous lack of attention. Left Minton wide open. Great passing by Boston. Bowman, like everybody just gets drawn to the wrong side. And then that shot from the top of the high circle wasn't difficult, but Schmid dropped it. Right on, buddy. That's good. Kaczynski facing off to the left of Schmid, and he gets kicked out. Reinhardt to the dot. I can't see the number of who he's against. He's against Minton. And nice. Vegas wins it. That was Reinhardt. To the red line and dumped in. Reinhardt just put his stick out and hooked him. No call there. I'm not sure how that's not a hook or an interference. What? I'm guessing he snuck down and watched the game. Lazan with a great defensive play to knock the puck away. Stays in the zone. Shot goes high and wide, right up to the side of the net, but the backhand follow-up misses. Boston still controlling in the zone from the low point. Down the low wall after his shot. Steves tries to go across in a good stick by Reinhardt. Under good pressure by Lazinski. Sends the puck back into the Boston zone. Everybody going for a change. Up the low wall. Yeah, I figured. Into neutral, and Stone gets smacked in the face. I don't know if they're going to call it a follow-through. He didn't hit the puck because the puck didn't go anywhere. So that's going to be a high stick. He just swatted Stoney in the face. Gives me a second. Who's 52? Oh, Coughlin. Man, it's been a while since I've seen his number. I did not realize that. Oh, yeah, he game tonight now because he like depending on stuff through 7 hours of hockey. Yeah, that's, I'm not gonna lie, that's not, I wouldn't consider that suffering. Oh, Eichel stick just disintegrated. All right, Vegas power play. Let's see how we do. Make sure the keyboard's on. I'm going to have to check another feed. And actually, let me do that now. I need to check another feed. Well, there's a lot of stress today. I worked on exhausted. Nah, I get it, man. All right, Marner leaves it back for Eichel. We start buffering. Might have been on the best feed I'm going to get. We'll have to see. Play in the high corner. Dorofeyev trying to get a stick free, but can't. Boston kind of doing work. Stoney gets the puck to Hurdle, up to the Marner on the line. Down to the low wall. Eichel back to Marner. Going for that pass to the high dot. A good stick. Knocks that away, but Marner recovers. Back up the low boards. Eichel. Not able to control. The puck comes all the way out. All right, let's see if I can fast forward a little bit. Yeah, I will be. Yeah. All right. Hopefully this is as caught up as I can get. It's not bad as of right now. Shot. Sent way up off the back glass. 35 seconds on the power play. Dorofeyev gets the pass to Hurdle as he enters, but they're going to call it offsides. There's that Bowman that just got caught offsides. We're winning battles in the corner, winning battles on the wall. That's good. It's a good start. Sad Marner going for the pass. That was just a great stick, I believe, by McAvoy, right? No, Kastelik. So, okay. I knew there was a 7. The Vegas game. There we have a back-to-back. Hanifin into the zone. Back up the low wall. Hits the low point. Theodore throws it back down to Hanifin. 20 seconds to go on the power play. 5 minutes gone in the period. Pass down low to Lashinsky. Pass. Gets it across the crease, and the shot is stuffed by Korpisalo. That was a great, great stop by the Boston goaltender. Back in, pass to the middle. Couldn't get connected to Lashinsky. That was McAvoy with a good stick. Across the blue line to the low point. Theodore throws it on net. Easy swallow up and save for Korpisalo. 5.5 gone in the first period. Shots are 4, I believe 3. I don't know if they added that one yet. Yeah, that's all good, man. That pass down low, and Lashinsky with a great pass to get it over to Barbashev, and Barbashev keeps it on the ground. He keeps it low and goes right into the center of Korpisalo. All he had to, I say all he had to do, if he could have gone up, hug the post and go higher. Of course, easier said than done. Korzak trying to catch Riley backdoor, not able to connect as Riley was held up just a touch. We are on 5-on-5 hockey. Korzak against 2, and a great save by Schmid on Pastrnak. Sends the puck up and out of play. Akira Schmid looking good tonight. Puck comes up. Lazan decides to pinch down to make the play. Nobody heads back in his place. And it leaves Caden Korzak alone against Lindholm and Pastrnak, or Lindholm and Pastrnak. And Korzak did the best he could. He essentially forced the shot, took away the pass, forced the shot, and gave Akira Schmid the best chance. Trevor, what's up, buddy? On a scale of 1 to 10, depends what you mean. On this game in general, on average. With this game, I feel pretty good. I think it's going to be like a 4-3 game. Maybe like a 4-2 game with an empty net, one way or the other. We beat Korpisalo earlier in the year 5-1, so they just lost 6-2 to Dallas. Racing in his Eichel, beating the offsides. What a play. Barbashev trying to stuff Korpisalo, wrapping around to the right side, but he can't make it there. Boston threw a hook that I'm surprised if it wasn't called. I guess it wasn't called. I am very surprised it wasn't a hook, because it definitely was right there. Little bit of a desperation. Oh, crap. We just let him get by us, but no call. Boston right back into the zone. Riley Smith takes a little hit at Arvidsson. I like that. Good pressure down low by Coughlin. Eventually separates the puck, and Ben Hutton gets it to Riley Smith back into neutral, across the red line into the zone. Trying to feed it across the middle, and they just cannot quite connect together. Riley Smith in the low corner. Trying to go to Marner. It goes up to the, rides the high board back below the net. And Riley Smith loses it, trying to pass it up to Dorofeyev. Arvidsson back 3-on-1. And they are going to call an offsides on Boston. All right. All right. We have 2 disappointing moments, and both of them were 2-on-1s the opposite way. That Schmidt, our defender made good decision to force the shot and take away the pass, and Schmidt did his job by making the save. So, unfortunately, 2 big mistakes, but They didn't cost us. Shout out to Korzak for taking away the pass and laying on the first one. I am very, very critical of Caden Korzak, but got to give props where it's due. I said on that one, Lazan went to attack the puck right at the point. I don't know if he wasn't paying attention to the fact that there was more than one person behind him, or if he was expecting Hurdle to drop back as he stepped in. I just don't know, but yeah, Lazan attacked the puck. Nobody went back with them, and that just created bad news. Neutral were actually looking okay. Most of our bad decisions are coming from good Boston transitions. So if we can clean up our mistakes a little bit, keep a better eye on who's behind us, then, switch out a little bit better with our defensemen, then I think we're going to be fine. All right, Alex Steves with a 2-year extension. Shout out. But I'm looking at a lot of the graphics on here, and I know the stuff I make is not fantastic, but it's kind of half the point. It's just quick. But I'm looking at these, and I'm like, I might be able to go in there and make some of this stuff. Hannafin passing up the low wall. Gets it to Reinhardt, but can't get it through to Holtz. Back the other way, pop fly to Schmidt. He kind of bumps it into the high corner. And Lishitsky and Holtz are able to work together to get the puck back out into neutral. Where's the puck? There it is. Boston coming across the zone, close to offside, trying to make the pass across. Lazinski was in the right way to block Lohrei from getting it through. Covers his own puck and eventually gets up the high wall, high corner, back around the low boards, back to Lohrei on the blue line. Swing and a miss on Reinhardt, trying to knock the puck away. Shot from the low circle, gets stopped by Schmid. Who was that? Is that 84? Yeah, that was Janelle. Lohrei skating in, making some fancy moves. Can't get the wraparound. Passes the puck across the center. Finally swallowed up on the high point, but Vegas just able to get the puck and send it back. Boston now. Lohrei behind his own net. Good possession for Boston, but Vegas able to keep the shots limited. As we count down, 9 minutes gone in the first. The shots are 5-4 Boston. Puck down into the high corner of the Vegas zone. Bruins get there first. Played into the low corner. A good bump on Steves. The ref called a very delayed penalty. He didn't see what happened. He saw Steves cover his face and then decided to call a penalty. Even if it is, in fact, a penalty, which I want to see, there was no penalty. Steves grabbed his face and went like this, and all of a sudden his hand goes up. He did not see what happened. I'm sorry. Four-minute double minor to Tomas Hurdle. They're reviewing it now. I'm sure Hurdle actually did get him. Yep, he absolutely did. Like I said, however, the ref. I'm not mad at the call because it's the right call. However, I'm mad at the ref because it is what it is. It wouldn't be a stream if I didn't bitch about the black and white. So I Again, I agree with the call. Still. 4-minute double minor to Boston. Okay. Okay. Eichel on the dot to start it off against Lindholm. Theodore takes it, gets it behind the net. Nobody retreated that way, so the puck stays in. Pastrnak passes it, takes a shot, and immediately they score. Go figure. Damn, dude. Yeah. I'm like way behind. Yeah, I'm back to being like 30 seconds behind. Let me see if I can get see how much closer I can get on a different one. This one's gonna be even further behind for a moment. Just Schmid was screened by his own guys. Unfortunately. And they just scored again. Okay, cool. At least I'm caught up in time now. And there's nothing to bitch about because Tomas Hertl smacked dude fucking straight in the nose. They're going to be going blocker side all night against Schmid. I bet you. He's already been beaten twice blocker side. It's looking like I'm at least as far behind, about 25, 30 seconds. Yep. Great. Puck dumped into the Vegas zone. Coughlin puts it right on a Bruins stick. Back behind the net. Kastelik looking for a place to go. Eventually, Theodore gets it. Or sorry, that's Hutton. Hutton then goes down as he turns over the puck. And Boston scores again. Oh, man. Okay. Apparently, the kids that were introduced earlier were... Never mind. That's fucked up. I'm not going to say that. What do you know? Jeannot goes in and beats Schmid blocker side. It's almost like I just said they're going to beat him blocker side all night. Wow. It's like I can see the future. And I'm not going to lie, it sucks, dude. It's not good. And now I've somehow managed to go from 30 seconds to a full minute behind. I'm going to have to figure something out here because I'm so sick of being that far behind. Yeah. Since there's fucking nothing to watch at the moment. What's going on with this? At least nothing that I'm as particularly excited to see. See how much worse this is going to be. Apparently, it's going to be a lot worse. Good grief, man. Come on. Just something worked for me here. I guess this is a little bit better. Boston putting it on net. Schmid making good stops there. Yay. Holy shit, dude. This is fun. This is good. This is a great time. It's all good. Like I said, I mean, this is brutal. This is very, very rough right now. But I'd rather have this shit happening before, I'd rather have it happen now rather than later so that we get our streak. If we get streaky or when we get streaky, it happens closer to playoffs. But bro, this is fucking brutal. It's not over. It's not over. It's basically over, but it's not over. Like, if you're smart, you know it's over. But since I'm a moron, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of hope that it's Vegas still has a chance. Come on. Enough with the interviews. Let's just get back to the ass whooping here. See how far back we are. Looked like this was going to be a little better, but all right. Puck in the low corner. Pasternak sends it all the way across. Sorry, from the low point to the high corner. Korzak feeds it up the high wall. Bowman goes up ahead. Barbashev taps it in. Pasternak trying to go into the corner. Hurdle comes away, able to flick it up ahead behind the net. Boston is going to gain control. McAvoy up the high wall and down into the Vegas zone. Off the hand of Korzak. Boston controls. God, we suck right now. It's going to be a long-ass stream. Korzak into neutral. Peak sends it back up ahead for Boston. Pasternak misses the puck, and we've got an icing. Shots are 11 for Boston. 8 minutes left in the first period. Cool. Cool. This is a lot of fun, man. This is good stuff. Boston in 3-on-2, but the pass is behind them. So therefore, Eichel recovers. Cross the red line, look for a place to go. He'll just swing it around the boards. Boston in there first, behind the net. Zacha beats Stone momentarily. Barbashev ends up coming away with it, getting to Eichel on the low boards, looking across the blue line. Shot Theodore, hits the guy standing in front of him. I know what you're thinking. No way. But it's true. That's what happened. Barbashev taking a swing off the pass from the low corner, misses wide. Puck under control for a moment behind the net, but the pass gets deflected as it comes out front. Man, puck's hitting skates. Passes are sloppy. A couple passes look great, but we're not catching them, not controlling them. Eichel heading back up the ice the other way. Across neutral, dumps it in. Riley Smith in the low corner. He gets some help by Dorofeyev. And eventually Marner still battling against Middlestat. I can't see the other number. A quick shot as the puck comes out to the middle by Coughlin. Gets hit by a stick and goes wide. Boston able to get out into neutral. They'll dump and change. Hutton behind his own net comes out with speed. Going up the low wall, dumping chase. Back behind the net, up the low boards, and Vegas barely keeps it in. Good play by Reinhart. Holtz gets tripped as he goes against the boards. And okay, both guys are back. I thought we had a 2-on-1 shot. Hit something out high. Reinhart able to get it through to Lasinski up the high boards, but it gets turned over. Big shot from the point, stopped by Schmid. Holtz able to get it past the red line, takes a bump doing so. Reinhart trying to chase it down, can't. Puck goes high off the high wall. Vegas controlling again. Hannafin tosses it in. Have to wait to touch up as Colasar came crashing through. Ooh, good stick by the Golden Knights. Lazon has it. That was Hurdle making a play. Bowman down low takes a bump. Trying to go through the low corner. Cross-check after cross-check after cross-check. No call. Lazon taps it in, and Hurdle going in low goes for the bump. And Boston back into Vegas territory. Korzak on the high boards all the way up ahead and turned over. Peak tosses it up into neutral, and Vegas will control. Korzak headed up the middle out of his zone. Red line and flubbed. I'm surprised that's not offsides, but it doesn't matter anyway as Boston resets Vegas. Korzak feeds Eichel, going hard up the middle to Stone on the low boards. He kind of lost it, left it. Weird looking decision making there by Mark Stone. Hannafin feeding it down to Eichel. He comes up the low boards. Takes the shot from just off center of the point. I just realized that. No, I didn't. Oh, a big hit down up high on Boston. I want to see that hit again. I hope we do. No fight, no get together. So it's apparently clean. Chatty, it's like a 30-hour craft. So actually, now that you mention it, I totally forgot about it. But now that you mention it, I just had 40 spots taking up space for nothing. Big shot from the top of the low circle. And then Coughlin kind of gets his ass kicked behind the net. Another shot from the high point. Puck on the low boards. Dorofeyev across the blue line into neutral. Hutton can't find the puck. Coughlin can't stop the pass to Arvidsson, but Dorofeyev is there to bail him out. Riley Smith passing it across the middle. Middlestat making contact and hanging on well after the puck was gone. Ooh. Kaslovic almost got hunted, and then he goes and repays the favor to Theodore down low. I didn't realize it was 30. Yeah, it was a long ass time for it. Here we go. Here's the fight. Because that was a bullshit hit by Kastelik. I'm sorry. Kastelik, you bitch. Damn. What a flop by Kastelik. You go and hit, you make a bullshit hit, and then when the fight comes, you lay on your back like a turtle. You little bitch. 2.5 to go in the first. Damn, D, you are bad luck for me. Out of nowhere, I'm starting to drop frames. And I'm joking, 100% joking, but wow, that is fun. I only dropped 59, but that is just funny. What are we talking about here? Dude, the shots are 14-4 Boston. We look like garbage. Holy shit, we look bad. Now, granted, when you give a double minor, that's not fantastic. However, you give up 2 goals in 30 seconds and then immediately give up another one. That's not great. What was the actual scoring time for those? Dude, why is this not updating? So 9:12, 9:42, 30 seconds on the dot, and then 10:06. So in less than a minute, in 94 seconds, or sorry, 60. Wow, in 54 seconds. I don't know why I was going off of 100, but yeah, in 54 seconds, it went from 0-0 to 3-0 because Tomas Hertl decided to smack a dude with his stick in the face. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. While we're on commercial break, figuring out whatever the hell's going to happen. Sabres are up 2-0 on the Canadiens in Montreal. Blackhawks and the Hurricanes are tied 1-1 in Carolina. Blue Jackets up on the Stars 1-0 in Columbus, and there are still 4 games to come. Like, that was a bullshit hit. And then Kastelik lays on his back like a bitch. Battle for the puck at the Vegas blue line, and it's sent all the way back down for an icing. But dude, that hit was bullshit. I'm gonna be irritated by that. Yeah, so they gave each side 5 for fighting, and that's it. Cool. Face off to the left of Schmidt. Pass up ahead into neutral. Dumped in from the red line. Bowman trying to get back, but I guess we have an icing. Can we just get this fucking period over with already? What a disappointment, man. And we got to play tomorrow, too. And I think, who are we playing? Toronto? Yep. Puck up to neutral. Now, again, we don't have Anderson because of immigration bullshit. We don't have Carlson still. Don't have Sod still. Stoney trying to put on some pressure. Puck left back. A good stick by Stone to disrupt the pass. Bowman catches it. Heads back the other way. To the red line and in. 90 seconds left in the period. Headed up the high side of the ice. Back down low. Peak. Or is that Geeky? Nope, that's Peak. Dumps it in to the high corner. Coughlin able to get it. Fed out. And Eichel across the red line. He gets it to Barbashev. Back to Eichel. Makes a move back to Barbashev. Trying to keep the puck safe, but Barbashev's having a little bit of trouble protecting the puck right now. Arvidsson in trying to make a move against Korzak. He's successful. Wraparound opportunity somehow stays out. And then Schmidt makes a big save on the follow-up shot off the rebound. They looked like that puck went in, dude. I swear. Great wraparound by Arvidsson. Back out to neutral. Dorofeyev, if he can get a step, he tries to lock up and turn around. Straight cross check to Dorofeyev. No call. What are we doing here? That was a slash. No call. Marner down low, trying to go up the low boards all the way across to the high dot. Dorofeyev can't catch the puck. 13 seconds to go in the period. Vegas resetting, but there's a high stick. Can't tell if it was played with the high stick or... Arvidsson just couldn't quite keep it on the backhand. And then a great save. Schmid going right side. See, they're going to keep Pepper in his blocker side. All right. We are into first intermission as the puck's played in behind the Boston net. And there goes the buzzer. Oh, what a disappointment. What a disappointing start to a game. And then we got some extracurriculars happening. Like, dude, he's great. His hands are in his visor, ref. How about you do something about that? He just had to take his hand out of his glove and then pull the glove out of the visor. And I somehow think that Boston's not going to get a penalty for anything. Just color me shocked. But man, Dorofeyev got cross. He has the puck. He's controlling the puck and he gets blasted with a cross check to the back. No call. And then as he goes to play the puck, goes to chase the puck off the corner, he gets slashed and no call. Just unbelievable, dude. You guys know the routine. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Very, very disappointed in Vegas, but man, what bullshit, dude. See you guys in a couple. Yeah, Brian, you ain't wrong about that one, but we're gonna suffer through it anyway. Yeah, I won't come back on screen until the the period starts. I'm just sitting here trying to do some things. But no, we ain't winning the cup. Hell no. Just being honest, what we did in 23 has zero effect on what we do this year. I have I can see Colorado making it. I can see like Carolina might actually be fun to watch in the playoffs again, but I don't think they'll make it very far. I don't really know right now. I'll have more opinions as we get closer to playoffs. You know, probably beginning of March, I'll start really diving into what I expect. But like I said, what we did 3 years ago has no bearing on what we are, especially when we don't have the same team. Depends on when people who are hurt are going to get back to playing, how long they're going to be playing before they get hurt again. What's going on with our goalie situation, because I have zero faith in Aiden Hill. Like, there's a lot to suggest it's not going to be like we're not winning the cup. We may get into the playoffs, but unless, I mean, things can always change in 2 months, obviously. But as of right now, no. So I do think we'll win the cup. No, hey, if you believe we're going to win the cup, good for you, man. I got nothing to say against it. Like I said, what you think could happen is awesome, man. Believe what you think is going to happen. One, who gives a fuck what I think about the opinion of who's going to win the Stanley Cup? I don't think you're insane. Like, come on now. But no, dude, if you have that opinion, good for you. Like, it's literally, I don't know what else to say. It's just, like, having the confidence like that is awesome. Good. Right on. Yeah. I'm looking at, I'm taking things into consideration that is not the fact that I am a Golden Knights fan. Like I said, man. Right on. Good. Oh. All right, I'll be swinging back over in just a second here. Oh, forgot I have to mute that. I always forget. I always fuck up with that. All right, here we go. Dude, I'm so sick of mutual penalties happening when one guy is clearly like the dude grabbed Reinhardt's visor, shoved his fingers in there, and was bouncing his head while the ref had Reinhardt's arms wrapped up, and they get mutual penalties. That's horseshit. That is, hey, your older brother stole a cookie, so now you're grounded. Like, dude, I didn't even get it. I didn't even get a bite of the cookie. What the fuck? What are we talking about? Reinhardt has a 4-minute unsportsmanlike. They're better. He better have murdered somebody because Geeky got 2 minutes. Hang on a sec. I don't. The fact that it was mutual is stupid. Good job, not watching. Yeah, there's about 0 point left in watching this game. The fact that they're giving Geeky a 2-minute minor for shoving his hands in Reinhardt's visor to the point where he had to take his hand out of his glove to get his glove out of the visor. And yet they give Reinhardt a 4-minute. Like, if I ever hear a Boston fan bitching about the officiating, dude, I keep like, damn it. I wish YouTube wasn't full of a bunch of fucking bitches and I could just say what the fuck I want to say because I got some words. Boston controlling, trying to get it through center. Riley Smith ends up recovering. All right, that's interesting because now Reinhardt's out. So why did they just have two of them serving together or what? Because they put up a 4-minute. Now I'm fucking confused, dude. Going in for the wraparound stuff does not get past Corpusalo. Hanifin has to back out of the zone under pressure. Barbashev in. Hurdle trying to work up the boards. Down into the low corner, feeds it back to the low point. Hutton. Nope, Theodore. Bringing it down low for some stupid ass reason. I hate Shea Theodore, man. Barbashev getting wrapped up, gets the puck free, back up high, bottom of the high circle, and a quick shot by Mark Stone gets stopped. Fuck, that's Holtz. Man, this feed is blurry, and I can't see anything. I can't tell numbers on this feed. Barbashev in on the low boards, misses everybody as he tries to feed two guys back. Pasternak gets stripped by Theodore. Good defensive play. Holtz coming back out of the zone. Passes it over to Coughlin. Passes it up ahead. It gets tipped in. Never mind. It didn't get tipped in. It was missed. Oh, man. Apparently, Pasta just blasted Theodore? Yeah, Boston's going to come out hitting and being cheap and doing bullshit because now they know they can get away with murder. Holtz just whiffed on his shot. Barbashev sends it out front. And Korpisalo eventually able to cover it up. That was bullshit. Nah, it's all right. I thought he hit his legs first, but he didn't hit his legs first. I thought he went knee to knee and then body, but no, give it to Pasta. He got his legs out of the way and went shoulder to shoulder. I'm still pissed at the Kastelik hit, though. Kastelik hit Theodore up high while he leg swept him late. And then goes to fight Lazon and he flops on his back like a bitch. Face off to the right of Korpisalo. Eichel on the dot against Zaka. Won by Vegas. Korzak goes to the high point, dumps it down. Eichel trying to recover with Bowman by his side. Into the high corner, up the board. He'll go quick turn and pass towards Stone, but he ends up hitting the skate of the Bruin right next to Stoney. Now Stone has it, entering on the low boards, throws it on target at Korpisalo, who knocks it into the high corner. Eichel gets taken down, which causes a mass collision. No penalties. Korzak's shot gets stopped as he had all the time in the world. Hannafin not able to keep the puck inside the blue line. Boston now right up the gut, throwing it to the top of the low circle. Shot and swallowed up by Akira Schmid. I'm a Golden Knights fan. Of there is out of 26 said 200K, and I say Las Vegas, they have 400 fans locals. Okay. I gotta admit, I have no idea what opinion you're looking for. I mean, if that's it, if that's what the number is, then cool. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I just honestly, it's never occurred to me how many fans we actually have, and I gotta admit, I just don't think about it. Thoughts on Stuart Skinner being hot as hell after getting traded? It'll die. It'll die down. I truly believe as good as Skinner can be, he is not a fantastic goalie. So whatever streak he's on, just give it time. Also, though, it could be a factor of different people in front of him. You know, that actually can make a little bit of a difference for a goalie. He's got a little more faith in the guy standing in front of him. Let me see. From the Oilers to the Pitt. Okay, I'm buffering again, dude. These feeds are absolute shit. No, it's cool that you do, dude. But yeah, I honestly, what other people enjoy has zero effect on me. So that's something that I really just, whatever is whatever. You know what I mean? But coming down in below the baseline in the Boston zone, turned over and taken the other way. God bless it, dude. Can I please get a feed that doesn't buffer? Yeah, I gotta find a different feed, dude. This is absolutely killing me. No, dude. I check. I am on typically any different stream or a million different things, to be honest with you. I try a million different feeds from anywhere. There. I'll tell you what, though, I am now, brother, because it's the. As long as it doesn't buffer. But hey, Sugar, I've got like every time I say something out loud, fucking YouTube is a pain in the ass about it. That's why I stopped saying things out loud. But I've got like 10 different places that I can find the streams. And, not at the start of the season, I had zero problems. Last season, I was 15 seconds behind if I was behind at all. And now this season, eventually everything ends up a minute and a half behind somehow. And I already have to deal with delay on YouTube. So having to deal with that's one of the more annoying things is having to deal with delay and then buffering like a son of a bitch. The problem really is that when my computer decides to work, it's great. When it decides to be a pain in the ass, it's done. It'd be hard to get fans, but if there's no, I mean, that like I said, it's the fans of anything don't really like. I just don't care because I know people that are diehard fans of things I think are dog shit. So it literally has zero effect on my opinion about anything. I just could not care less. The stuff that does irritate me is when it's like, oh, Vegas can't even fill their own arena. It's all tourists. It's like, yeah, that's not because Vegas can't fill their arena. The locals would love to go. However, the owners are greedy pricks, so they price out the locals, and that's why there's a bunch of tourists in there. And they price the season tickets so high that only scalpers buy them and then sell the tickets at ridiculous prices to make their money back, and Vegas does nothing to prevent it. It's like that's the only thought I have about I hate when people say you can't like with the Miami Indiana game. Like Miami can't even fill their own arena. It's like or their own stadium. It's like, dude, NCAA's in control of the tickets and a bunch of Indiana people bought tickets and then gave them to students in Indiana and then got buses to drive them down. So it's like, no, that's not the problem. Yeah. It's like, so the problem that everybody keeps saying is the problem is not the problem. And so you end up, instead of having any fucking actual, like, legitimate conversation about how to correct that, it's just wah, 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 wah. Like, okay, same old shit, different day. Good Lord. It just kind of, like, that shit gets old. Anything else I don't really care about. Dude, Vegas is garbage tonight. Like, what the hell? Hurdle just pretended to hit him. That's all that was. Like, I can't believe Vegas is full of a bunch of soft ass fucking men. It's embarrassing. Lazon is the baddest ass we have, and he's too small to be our badass. I mean, seriously, ever since like, what is Hurdle doing? I mean, he's clearly completely off balance. So why he would even do that? See, it was actually Sugar Hill. It was before Revo left. I know the exact game. We were playing Minnesota, and behind the play, guy nut checked Reeves and dropped him. There was no penalty called, and there was no reaction from the team. Not a single one of the Gold Knights did anything. And I believe they didn't do anything because of Pete DeBoer, who is the biggest bitch to ever be involved with hockey. The fact that, I mean, calling Pete DeBoer a grown man is an insult to fucking children at this point. He is like, he nipped the nuts out of the Golden Knights, and we have not been able to grow him back. Barbashev finally hitting somebody. But yeah, it was actually even before Reeves left. It was as soon as we lost Gallant and Pete DeBoer came to coach. Corbasalo stops Reinhardt, and nobody is there to follow up the shot. So guess what? The loose rebound that Corbasalo drops, nobody plays it because nobody's fucking following the basics of hockey 101. At least tomorrow. Aware? It's like, okay. Laurai trying to go back into neutral, turned over to Reinhardt. He makes it through everybody. Puck to the point. Here's Coughlin. He couldn't control it, so his shot's late, and he hits the guy standing right in front of him. Dude, our stick control right now is atrocious. We're not protecting the puck, but it's our body position is fine, but nobody has control of their sticks. Like, it legitimately looks like guys are playing with sticks that don't belong to them. Riley Smith with speed behind the net, looking for a place to go. Everybody's changing, so nobody's crashing. So, of course, we're not producing any offensive opportunities. Marner into the Boston zone. Riley Smith looking for a place to go. He loses the puck. Boston headed back through neutral. Korzak tips the puck, but he's too small, so he gets his ass kicked. Puck coming back behind the net. Hannafin up the high boards in Vegas. Gets it out, but it's going to be an icing. Oh, nope, no icing. Okay. I'm not sure how that wasn't an icing, but Jet should have won it all in 2018. Dude, RD was so stacked. Hey, it's coulda, woulda, shoulda, to be honest with you, bro. I'm on this team for this game tonight. See y'all tomorrow. Don't judge the book by its cover. Hey, cheers, buddy. See you later, man. The D being stacked is great, but unless you're scoring the goals to beat the other team, it doesn't mean doesn't mean much. That's how Vegas was for a while. They'd score 3 or 4 goals and lose 5-4. Or they would the opposite. Sorry, they would score they let 1 goal up in 42 shots and lose 1-0. it's incredible how a team can look so, like it's kind of funny. You think about Nashville beat the Colorado like 7-3. Immediately after, Vegas beat Nashville 7-2. Right? And now here we're sitting losing to Boston lost to Dallas 6-2, and we're losing to Boston 4-0. Like, it really, every day can be different. And today is a day where Vegas decided, you know what? We've been giving these people too much hope. They've had too much fun, too much entertainment. We're putting on too good of a show. So let's forget how to play hockey for 60 minutes. How's that sound? It's funny. The company sponsoring the broadcast right now, it's NESN, but my brain cannot get away from SNES. So I'm just looking at it like, why is Super Nintendo sponsoring this shit? And of course, it's not even close. It's the dyslexia kicking in, NESN. But anyway, we're back. Shots are 21-11. Fuck, man. Is Anderson playing? Don't be a dick. No, it's he's getting held up with immigration issues. So don't know when he's coming in. And I don't know from which side the issues are coming. I'm sure everybody will make an assumption, but I actually don't know. So I have zero opinion on what the absolute cause is, but apparently there's some immigration holdup. Puck down around the back of the net, goes right by Bowman. Korzak sets it for Holtz behind the net. Holtz just getting murked underneath. Trying to feed across the middle, goes off skate and gets to Coughlin. And he takes a shot and it is swallowed up by Korpisalo. 8:05 to go in the second period. See, this is great. I love looking at the broadcasters shooting the shit with each other instead of showing replays and let's see what happened here. Like, I really do not like NHL producers, like, at all. Their replay guys suck. My favorite thing in the world is to be watching a game where something incredible happens and the commentators talk about how incredible it was while the camera's on the coach or the equipment manager. It's like, how about we show the replay that they're talking about, fellers? Lori gets it up and out of the zone. A little pressure in neutral. Tossed in from the red line. Coughlin gets there first. Takes a bump, but makes the play. Up ahead to Reinhardt, but the pass is in his skates. Dude, we can't pass. And I've said it all last year. I keep saying it. If we're not passing properly, bro, buckle up because this is going to suck. And that holds true. Eichel trying to squeeze up the high boards, gets cut off by Kastelik. Nobody knows where the puck was. It was between Eichel's legs. Middlestat making a move. Ends up behind the net, going up to the high wall. Pass back to the point. Arvidsson down in the corner. Gets it back to the top of the high circle. Shot stopped by Schmidt. And the puck comes out in through neutral. Middlestat now trying to feed it with a backhand. Eichel gets there first. A great pass hitting Stone. Looking across top of the low circle. Theodore shoots. And it's stopped by Korpisalo. Into the high corner. Middlestat has it. He'll go high wall out. And the backhand gets turned over to Shea Theodore. Back to Eichel inside the zone, trying to feed it across right in front. Couple of backhands. Nobody can get it up in the air. Dorofeyev stuffed by the pad. Oh, what a big hit by Barbashev after Barbie was all wrapped up. He finally breaks free and goes and puts a hurting on somebody. Who was that? It was... Man. Asperat got blasted by Barbashev. Puck all the way in high corner. Boston momentarily comes away with it. Under pressure, they come out. 3-2 going back the other way. Good stick. Keeps it in neutral. That was a high stick. Okay. Boston right in front of the net. Minton from inside on the low circle. Gets stopped by Schmid. Good grief, y'all. Oh, shit. See, 21. See, I'm starting to realize the 4 o'clock games are 100 times less active than anything else. Not that everything's super. Dude, that's still, I can't. Stydian Wolf actually didn't just do it, but he actually made me so bummed out because I totally forgot about the Ledex. And now $1 million rubles just gone. Let's see. We'll see how we're feeling during intermission. I want to be here for the boys, but fuck me, man. Stop winning. We need a top 3 pick. That, since Vegas has been a team, we've had 11 first round draft pick or 10 we've ended up with like 10 first round draft pick opportunities. We have picked once. We've made a draft choice once. Every other one was given up, was traded. And you look at our team like, wow, man, we're a bunch of old dudes that just we're not as fast as everybody else. And I can't figure out why. It's like, oh, maybe because in Vegas is playing the NIL way. Like, Vegas is literally the NHL's version of the NIL. We'll just pay people. We'll get rid of the people that we were developing in order to get somebody that's 32. Hey, we've had this kid since he was 20. He's 24. He's gotten really, really good. You take him. We'll take the 32, 33-year-old that has 2 years left on a $5 million contract. Because instead of paying this guy $3 million, which he deserves, we'd rather pay your guy $2.5 million, which he is now, aged out of being worth that. It's so annoying. Like, develop talent. And then, but the other annoying thing is when they finally decide they're going to develop somebody, they like refuse, like Korzak. Korzak he's not fast enough. He's not big enough. He's not strong enough on the wall. His decision making is like shaky at best. Yet for some reason, all last year, he played over Ben Hutton. To start the year, he played over Ben Hutton. Meanwhile, Ben Hutton's got the speed, the size. He's been scoring. He's making great defensive. Like he's twice the defenseman that Korzak is, like easily. But no, we're going to keep going with Korzak. You spent all this time and money developing Ben Hutton, but we're going to focus on Caden Korzak. Like, it makes no sense, dude. And it's management. I don't think it's Cassidy. And that's what pisses me off, because Cassidy's made the statement before that he's doing the best he can with what he's given, which to me is a flat out signal of, hey man, I'm being told who to play, so I'm trying to make the best decision with who I'm told to put on the ice. Hey, we actually got a Boston penalty. How about that? You pieces of shit, man. Right at the end of the first period, Dorofeyev got cross-checked hard to the ice, got up, and immediately got slashed. And, of course, there was nothing. The geeky Reinhardt mutual unsportsmanlikes were that's bullshit. Oh, yeah, he knew it as soon as he did it. He could sit there and shake his head all he want, but you look at him, he knew it the moment. He knew it immediately. I'm actually seeing a couple of the emblems they're doing, like the 3D Boston emblem. I think I might actually do that for a Vegas thing tonight. Sorry, total sidetrack. Marner leaves the puck for Eichel, who with speed goes right up the middle, left back for Marner. That was a nice little play there. Down low, trying to catch Stoney as he creeps in from the low boards, but can't get there. And then I think that was Dorofeyev got his ass kicked as he went to the wall. I love Pavel Dorofeyev, but man, we need to get like 20 pounds on him. Who's puck back for Marner to take just inside the Boston zone? Eichel taking the low route, passes it to himself, goes off the backboards around to Hannafin, back to Eichel. Just looking, trying to go up the high boards. A weaker pass gets stopped by the Bruins, and a minute 15 gone on the power play as Vegas sucks their way through another fucking Lazinski off the low boards into the low corner. Behind the net, goes up the high wall all the way to the point. Theodore to Hannafin, pauses on the shot. Theodore, he goes for the tip, or he actually went to Bowman, who tried to get a tip pass. Just didn't work out. Bouncing puck, misses the net. Barbashev's pass misses Lazinski, who makes a great play, a couple of great plays to keep Vegas in control of the puck, and then the shot goes up and out of play off the stick of Hannafin from the low point. 10 seconds to go on the power play, 2.5 to go in the period. Shots are 23-11 Boston. It is, I mean, dude, you can, whenever Vegas sucks in a game, there are there's three things you look at. There's shots, and the shot and shot attempts are combined into one, because it's how many shots actually made it to the net from our attempts. You look at the passing, and then my brain just shut off. So now I've just mixed things up, dude. I'm sorry. My brain just shut off halfway through that because play continued. But if our passing shit, we suck. If we take 50 shots and 11 of them get to the net, we suck. Barbashev circling, gets it through the legs to the blue line. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Korzak shoots from the top of the low circle, and he puts it right into the B on Korpisalo's chest. Jesus. This is hard to watch, dude. Remember last game, not against Philly, but against Toronto, when we oh, that's what I was saying. Bodies to the net, pucks to the net. Dude, my brain is fried right now. But get bodies to the top of the crease, And then every puck you can put towards them, put towards them. And now we're not doing that. We're trying to wait for the perfect shot. And again, we can't control passes, dude. We cannot control the puck. Our passes are not where they need to be. And then the guys catching the pass can't figure out how to control it. There's another pass, Miss Holtz. So that's going to be, oh, I can't believe that wasn't an icing. I have no idea. Marner, shoot the puck, dude. "65 seconds as Boston clears all the way back to the Vegas zone. Theodore recollects up to the red line. Kolasar decides he's going to reach in instead of skate in, so that's a turnover in neutral. Boston still controlling in the Vegas zone. Top of the low circle, pass back to the point. Top of the high circle, up to the high point. Spin goes across the blue line. That's going to go out of play, and Riley Smith is just not quite able to get in position. Vegas gets it into the zone, but Riley Smith ends up backhanding it all the way back to Schmidt. Bad turnover as Theodore giveaway. Shea gives it straight to a Boston stick. Dude, this game's just not fun. I'm sorry, man. I've been nothing but bitching and moaning because Vegas looks like shit. This game just has not been enjoyable. So over the next 15 minutes, I'm kind of just going to hang out and see if we'll be back for the third, because there's no reason to watch this piece of shit game. Check back in a little bit to see if we're still here.